odd that you called yesterday. I was about to call you.
To let me know the blueprints arrived?
Well, yes, in fact, they have, but that wasn't the reason.
Oh, Jonas, I see you've made yourself at home. Spencer would have approved.
I hope so. You know, for the past week, I've almost been living here. How do you like your coffee?
Cream and sugar is fine, thank you.
You know, when I took up this post as executor of Spencer's will, I had no idea the time it would involve.
Well, don't tell me that you've been doing all the inventory alone.
Well, more or less. With the exception of one museum assistant.
Thank you.
Now, Jillian, there's something I didn't bring up on our conversation when we set up the appointment. The reason I started to phone you yesterday was because that Ari Benedict White made a surprise visit here, and a highly illegal one.
Yes, I know.
Money. Money here, money abroad, banks, treasuries. Not one headline remotely connected with anything beautiful.
Oh, no, sir. The bacon's quite lean and the eggs are poached firm today. I checked.
Thank you. There. Now that is beautiful. A good breakfast, well served. Thank you, George. And thank you for not commenting on my profound observations.
Sir?
We're all interested in money, George. I'll wind up reading every story on the front page.
Money makes the sun shine, as the saying goes.
What saying is that, George?
One of my wife's, sir. Have a good day, sir.
You too, George.
They grew up playing two different games.
I don't fit into their world, and I never will.
You want my world? You got it.
Both with something to prove. To the one thing they have in common.
Son!
Watch One Tree Hill today at 5, only on SoapNet.
This July, SoapNet is fired up.
You watch your tongue.
The dispute around Sammy's pregnancy heats up.
Those whack job Demirs tried to kill you.
How will she make peace?
She turned you into a lovesick puppy.
The heat is on.
Why don't we just cut to the chase?
Watch Days of Our Lives all July long on SoapNet.
Enter at your own risk. I'm gonna show you something. Brace yourself, because it's not gonna be easy. Look, I know it doesn't mean much now, but if I could go back and do things differently, I would. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for the pain to go away.
Everyone has a dark side. The Young and the Restless, weeknights at 11 on SoapNet.
You fell so madly in love.
Rob loves me for who I am. It's really amazing to feel that Harut loves me so unconditionally.
This is eHarmony.com, where thousands of people have found that one special person to accept and love them for who they really are. And right now, you can log on to eHarmony.com and review your matches all for free. Aren't you curious to see who you're compatible with?
We were just so overwhelmed because it was love at first sight.
eHarmony.com.
There are millions like you living with rosacea, seeking relief from facial redness, bumps, and dryness. Now there's Prosacea Gel, effective non-prescription treatment for rosacea symptoms. Prosacea, the new face of rosacea relief.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family.
Introducing M&M's Dark Chocolate.
When I signed up for Vonage, I was able to keep my phone number, and then when I moved, I was able to take it with me.
Vonage was so simple to set up. I did it on my own, and I was very proud of that.
Call quality is the utmost. It projects my business. And with Vonage, it's perfect.
Vonage and reliability, that just kind of goes hand in hand.
The features save you time, and that's really where I'm focused as far as cost goes.
It's made our connection that much closer. I love Vonage. There's no one else out there that fills the need that Vonage does. And I'm a lifer. I love it.
So sign up, set up, and start saving up to $300 a year on your phone bill.
It's just $24.99 a month for unlimited local and long distance. Call now and get 1 month free, including free calls to the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, and Europe. Vonage, a better way to phone for less.
Forrest?
Good morning. I don't know how you get here so early looking so great.
I want you to read this.
Sure. Trouble?
Just read it. Aloud.
Dear Barbara Wilde, someone is spying on you. She's a reporter named Jane Ryan, also E.J. Ryan. And she's working right under your nose in The Proud and the Passionate.
It's my faithful nurse.
But look, she's a kid.
Just go on.
She plays the part of Maggie's nurse, but really, she's there collecting gossip for a series of newspaper stories. Please protect yourself and get rid of her, Barbara. I hope you will receive this letter in the spirit in which it is intended. From a loving, faithful Good grief.
Do you know who E.J. Ryan is?
She's the one who wrote the story about your accident.
That's right, who obviously hates me and loves my idiot doctor. It's Jane Ryan.
Oh,
This is my faithful helper and companion.
Wait now. Maybe it's not the same. Oh, good God. I knew I recognized her. Of course, that night in the hospital.
There are just 2 words for this.
What was she doing here? What's she looking for?
Just 2 words only. You fire her. Fire her, Forrest. Fire her.
Take it easy. I'll handle it. She'll be out on her ear today, but not at your expense. You stay calm. You got a full day's work ahead of you. I'll send for Miss Ryan, and it'll all be over in 10 minutes.
The first part will be over, not the second part. It may take a while, but I will do it and I will win.
Do what?
I am going to sue the newspaper. I'm going to sue the whole Woodard chain.
Oh, well, now let's talk about that. That's a decision that should not be made in a big hurry.
I've already called my lawyer.
Barbara, you know how I've survived this long in this business? By sticking to a few basic rules. And one of them is never offend a network executive. And another related one is never offend the press. Now, I said I'll handle this, and I will. But I may use the kid gloves a little more than you would like. Certainly, I would ask you not to mention a lawsuit to anybody just yet.
Forrest, you know how I've survived in this business? I value myself, and I expect other people to do the same, and that child has made an absolute fool of me. Now, you fire her, and I will sit here and I will observe.
You let me do it my way. Agreed?
I'll try. More, I cannot promise.
Mindy, find Jane Ryan and send her in here.
Ari told me that he came to the house.
He gave me a few bad moments. Did he tell you that?
The gun, you mean?
Yes, I heard a noise and I assumed that it was a prowler. You know, I have a license to carry a gun, and I brought it along in case of a break-in, but I had no idea that I would ever have to use it. And I almost did, Jillian. I mean, thank heavens I recognized him. It was very uncomfortable.
I'm sure that it was, and I'm very sorry.
I wish Ari had said that. He behaved as if you were an invited guest.
Well, he does feel like he belongs here.
He doesn't. Certainly as long as the house is sealed.
No, but he and Spencer did have a contract which was signed, and it gave him certain rights. Actually, he has jurisdiction over all the artifacts that Spencer owned at the time of his death. And even some Narn artifacts, such as the key you took from him. It seemed rather a harsh measure. Like you said, you were upset.
I took the key reluctantly. I mean, Gillian, you must see. Spencer's document is so meticulously written.
And you are such a meticulous man, and I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad that someone does. I see that Ari went in search of you immediately.
I do chair the Board of Trustees, and if there are problems, people know that I'm to be informed. Ari knows that.
I'm sorry he didn't inform you of his dropping in yesterday.
Well, if he had, chances are I would have told him to go ahead. Jonas, the inventory has gone on for quite a while now. Now, I would have guessed that it would have been finished.
Well, I suppose the problems of an Egyptologist are as strange to you as the problems of courtroom procedure are to me. Now, that is said without disrespect.
Oh, yes, of course, I understand. And this also is said without disrespect. I want you to finish up the inventory and turn the house and the contents over to Ari's care.
I've never had any intention of doing anything else.
Granted, but the sooner the better.
Of course. Good heavens, I want to get back to my own work as soon as possible.
I was wondering how your institution was getting on without their curator.
I have been plagued with calls.
Well, all the more reason for you to hurry along. Perhaps the person that's most anxious to come back to the house is Mendenhall. This was his home, just as much as it was Spencer's, and he'd like to get back here and start taking care of it. So, how would tomorrow be?
Tomorrow? Well, don't you think that next week would be more reasonable?
Why?
Well, because of the inventory, obviously.
Well, like I said, I'd like you to get on with it. I mean, you have all day today and tonight if necessary. I mean, certainly you have people that you can call on to assist you if need be. Jonas, I don't have to specialize in Egyptology to know that this can be wrapped up very quickly. See that it is.
If it is that important, tell Mendenhall.
Good. He'll be thrilled, and Ari will be too.
Good. There's no reason that Ari can't return to this place on, let's say, Monday. How's that?
How's Friday?
You are a stern taskmaster. But Friday's a holiday. I mean, Ari doesn't want to spend the New Year slaving.
I think that's precisely how Ari would like to spend his New Year's. So, I'll tell him to plan on Friday.
Very well.
And now the documents. I'm very grateful to the Landmarks Commission. I think I'll send them a note on behalf of the Smith Museum.
They'd appreciate that. These blueprints are fascinating documents.
Ari told me that you enjoyed them. Thank you. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Good luck today.
Thank you. I will need it. I'll show you to the door.
Thank you. Oh, Jonas. I completely forgot about the key. I'm going to see Ari, so I'll turn it over to him.
Please see that he doesn't make any more surprise visits.
I think he's learned his lesson by now.
Tonight on SoapNet,
He's right there beside her.
her tireless search
Somebody that I love is missing.
ends here.
Todd?
You gotta get me where?
I'm never gonna leave you.
Watch One Life to Live tonight at 9 on SoapNet. The kids in the OC aren't the only ones with issues.
Mom.
Meet the parents.
If this family is screwed up, it's because of you.
Pretty people, pretty messed up. Watch The OC today at 6, only on SoapNet.
No matter where you go in life, you're sure to run into a few obstacles. And we can help you get around them. At 21st, we're drivers just like you. That's why we give you extra benefits that don't cost extra. Like our complimentary roadside assistance. 21st includes it at no extra cost. If you break down, run out of gas, or get a flat, help is on the way. Just like an auto club, but without the big fee. So you can say goodbye to paying for roadside assistance when you say hello to 21st. Come on. Everybody. Let's go. Another thing you'll say goodbye to? High prices. No. 7 out of 10 drivers can save with 21st. Call 1-800-980-7181 anytime or get a quote online in about 5 minutes. Extra benefits and great savings.
So good to see you.
You're not going to believe this. No wonder drivers are flocking to 21st. 21st Century Insurance. Drivers just like you.
When I signed up for Vonage, I was able to keep my phone number, and then when I moved, I was able to take it with me.
Vonage was so simple to set up. I did it on my own, and I was very proud of that.
Call quality is the utmost. It projects my business. And with Vonage, it's perfect.
Vonage and reliability, that just kind of goes hand in hand.
The features save you time, and that's really where I'm focused as far as cost goes.
It's made our connection that much closer. I love Vonage. There's no one else out there that fills the need that Vonage does. And I'm a lifer. I love it.
So sign up, set up, and start saving up to $300 a year on your phone bill.
It's just $24.99 a month for unlimited local and long distance. Call now and get 1 month free, including free calls to the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, and Europe. Vonage, a better way to phone for less.
This is Jan's new home. And this is Jan after finding out that DirecTV will be paying her mortgage for a whole year. Why is Jan so lucky? Because she called this number before she moved and was automatically entered into the DirecTV Home Free Sweepstakes. Now she's living mortgage-free for a whole year. Are you thinking about moving? Call prior to your big day and you could be living mortgage or rent-free too. Lucky for you, there's a new winner every month. It's enough to make you jump for joy.
Oh, don't be silly. You're welcome here anytime. Are you okay? Did something else happen?
Did I awaken you?
No. Oh, forgive the robe. I've really jumped into this leave of absence.
You don't have to go back to the hospital this morning.
No, I do, but just to pick up some files. All right.
Well, something did happen. And if I can look somewhere else for a moment, I'll try and explain. I found a small foreign object in my hotel room this morning.
What kind of object?
A listening device, a wireless transmitter.
A bug?
Discreetly tucked away, broadcasting every sound to be taped and studied and used. Fortunately, I'd only talked to a waiter, but I planned to make some calls after breakfast. I found the bug, saved my neck, but I lost my appetite.
Studied and used by whom? Now, you said you suspected at the beach.
Suspicions, yes. And whoever was with us at the beach house might be involved in all this.
And the hand that opened the door. Maybe he was there to plant the bug. Maybe... This has happened 3 times. Of course they're linked. I mean, 3 different people aren't spying on you.
Faith, I don't know what's going on. I only know the way to deal with this is to find Marit Carra and announce to the world that she is officially mine. But every day that Jonas keeps me away from that house, I'm losing ground. I can feel her being pulled away from me.
Well, please don't go back to that house that way, please.
No, I won't. Next time he'd use the gun, I understand that. Oh, I frightened you, Faith. Forgive me.
Ari, you understand about Mr. Roving and his gun. I understand almost nothing. Here's this puzzle, and yes, you're missing a few of the pieces. But I'm missing all of them. If I can figure out a situation, it doesn't frighten me. So please tell me what you suspect.
When I find Marit Carra, I will tell you everything I know. Meanwhile, please endure the missing pieces. There's safety in ignorance.
No one is bugging my house. No one is bringing my locks. I'm safe.
And you're going to stay that way. Are you always so beautiful first thing in the morning?
Now, don't distract me.
You're distracting me. I can't help it.
No. Come on, now, let's finish this. So where do you go from here? Still not to the police?
No police. The person I'm going to rely on now is your sister.
Oh.
She's promised to force Jonas out of the house.
You think she can do that?
If she will, yes. You have reservations.
No, on the contrary. Jill usually gets what she wants. Tell me something. Does Jill know more of the whole story than I do?
You mean in terms of the missing pieces? No. No, she knows enough to help me with Jonas, and she has a sense of the value of Marit Carra. But beyond that, I've shared very little with Jillian. You see, it's not my habit to trust, to confide, even when there's no risk. It's just not my habit.
So if I didn't look like Marie Carra, you never would have trusted me.
I wouldn't even guess about that. I simply accept you as a gift, my friend, my ally, my partner, presented to me out of the blue by an act of, I don't know.
Well, I'm not frightened anymore.
Good. It felt right to come here from my hotel.
It was, and I don't want you to go back there.
Only to back. Is there a decent hotel somewhere in this area?
You know, there is a wonderful place with lots of rooms, and it's very gracious, comfortable. It's private. There are no waiters, but it's made to order.
Well, where is this wonderful place?
You're in it. Ari, move in here.
Oh, Faith, I would love to. But...
No buts.
With your family, your friends.
What about them? They don't live with me. I mean, Roger lives downstairs, but it's a totally separate apartment. So what's the problem?
If you don't see any, then I don't.
Terrific.
But it wouldn't be for long. Once I'm established at Spencer's, I hope to move in there.
Well, if that works out, fine. If not, well... And there's this. See, if someone tries to come bugging my house, they're going to find themselves faced with deadbolts on the locks, bars on the skylight, and an alarm system. So by the time they figure out how to get around all that, you will have found Marie Carra.
Yes. And publicize it internationally so that no one dare make a counterclaim. And then you and I will be free to carry on.
Carrying on. Now, that's a nice thought. And you can't forget about Jack Finelli.
What about him?
Publicity. Ari, he's honest. He writes for Woodard Papers. And he's the best contact you have.
Yes, I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot. But I'll fix that. Right now, I have an intense urge to disappear with you for the rest of the day. But you have files to collect.
And don't you think the two of us ought to eat some breakfast? Oh, that is if your appetite's back.
Oh, my appetite's back.
Good.
I'm going to buy you the most elegant breakfast to be found in New York City. And then I'm going to deliver you to the hospital and wait.
And how about taking in a museum this afternoon?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I think I'll go get dressed.
Wear that.
Oh, no, I think this might be a little chilly.
A little chilly?
A little chilly. I think I'll go get some clothes on.
Next, it's shocking secrets in Salem on Days. Then catch the latest scandals on AMC. Later, things are heating up on One Life on SoapNet. In the tradition of Bennifer, Tomcat, and Brangelina, SoapNet's got Pela.
I can't stop thinking about you.
Boat.
I love your fancy face.
And Jolena.
Flowers? Champagne? Musicians? How did you do that?
I've got my secrets.
Follow your favorite Salem super couple every move in prime time.
Welcome home.
Watch Days of Our Lives. Next. Only on SoapNet.
On the SoapNet original series, Night Shift.
What's the deal with Jason Morgan and Elizabeth Spencer?
You don't have to apologize for taking care of his son.
You'll be a good boy for Jason.
The SoapNet original series, General Hospital Night Shift, Thursday at 11 p.m., only on SoapNet.
From the producers of Laguna Beach, The business of beauty is about to get ugly. On August 1st, the revolution will be accessorized. Go deep inside the real world of New York fashion with 6 assistants who want it all. The Fashionista Diaries, a SoapNet original series, premieres Wednesday, August 1st at 9.
The Hanes Comfort Soft waistband. Wrapped in soft cotton and tagless, it can make every move this comfortable. The Hanes Comfort Soft waistband, our most comfortable underwear ever.
You get it? Good. There you go. That's the thing.
The time they knew that the building was sandcastle. We gotta get back in time for soccer practice. And then they said if you ever need us, ride the trolley flat.
All it takes to spark their imagination is a little inspiration. Rice Krispies. Childhood is calling.
Mr. Turner, Minnie said you wanted to see me.
Yes, come in and close the door, please.
Hi. If you want to run lines, I'm available. Harry gave up on my hair. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, that is correct.
Oh, it's funny how I can always tell. Oh, I was late on the set this morning.
I have a letter here. Actually, it came for Barbara.
Oh, your fan mail. Oh, I promised to do that, and I didn't get around to it. I
Jane, be quiet.
There's an accusation in this letter, one which I'm very much afraid is true.
An accusation about me?
That you're a newspaper reporter and a vicious little spy. What? I'm sorry, Forrest. I can't tolerate her. I knew you weren't a good actress, but I felt sorry for you.
All right, Barbara, all right.
I don't get it.
Oh, you get it all right, Miss Ryan, and so do the fans. Fortunately, one of them was kind enough to warn Barbara. Someone is spying on you. She's a reporter named Jane Ryan, also E.J. Ryan, and she's working right under your nose, collecting gossip for a series of newspaper stories.
I was in the office that day, and you asked me if I wanted a job.
Enough, enough. I remember you from the hospital.
I'm going to make you live to regret this. Believe me, Go on, Forrest.
Of course, you're fired.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but before you leave, I would like an explanation.
I don't know. What do I tell you?
About everything. What are you doing sneaking in here and worming your way into my good graces and acting like this bumbling simpleton all these weeks?
I tend to bumble. That was real.
What do you want to find out?
Yeah, you were behind the scenes long enough to write 10 stories. What were you looking for?
Well, there's no point in going into that now.
Maybe there is. Possibly we can make this more palatable for all parties concerned.
How? This girl has made me a fool in front of thousands of viewers. Luckily, one of them tipped me off. But what about the others? What about the others watching and knowing that that is E.J. Ryan? And wondering if maybe Barbara Wilde has brain damage, too. How are we going to make this palatable?
All right, you're all right. When you're finished, I suggest we sit down and discuss the angles that you're going to take to write your stories. I'll listen to you, you listen to me. And maybe something good might come out of this after all.
I'm willing to sit down with you, but that won't change what I write.
She's made up her mind. Get rid of her.
I do want to say that none of your fans are going to recognize me. I couldn't be more unknown. Whoever wrote that letter has an inside source. Is that signed?
That is none of your business.
Look, I'm trying to avoid any unnecessary hostility. The letter is anonymous. It's from a loving, faithful fan.
Of course.
Now, by the way, I wasn't suggesting that you would change what you're going to write. What I meant was that in consultation with me...
I meant that my mind was made up, like she said.
Will you just cut your losses and throw her out?
That won't be necessary.
You get out of her...
Now, before you print anything, why don't we just talk...
Thank you, Mr. Turner. Thank you for everything.
gowns to fit into. Kathy.
What are skinny jeans?
Yes.
French dressing for $800.
The H